Hello students, today we will discuss about preoperative evaluation of dyspnea. The dyspnea is a subjective experience of breathing discomfort. It is a symptom of deconditioning, obesity and disorders of ventilation, cardiac function, perfusion and oxygen delivery. The dyspnea is associated with cardiac, pulmonary, hematologic and neuromuscular diseases. The patients with insidious onset may not seek attention until quite late. The majority of the patients with chronic dyspnea of unclear etiology have one of the four diagnoses. Number one, it may be due to asthma, the dyspnea may be due to COPD, dyspnea may be due to interstitial lung disease or cardiac dysfunction. The important facts to determine are onset of dyspnea, progression of the dyspnea, precipitating factors of the dyspnea, type and level of provocative activity, and associated symptoms with the dyspnea. The associated symptoms may be chest pain, leg edema, syncope, near syncope, fatigue, and presence of other conditions like arthritis, connective tissue disease, cardiac disease, and smoking. And ask about the history of drug or toxin exposure. Asking about the quality of dyspnea can differentiate various causes. The dyspnea secondary to deconditioning is usually described as heavy breathing, and one can often determine that patient is actually describing fatigue more than the true dyspnea. The bronchoconstriction in exacerbation of asthma is more commonly described as tightness or air hunger, whereas the patients with COPD may complain not being able to take deep breath or an increased effort to breathe. Patients with heart failure feel as a suffocating or have a air hunger. The orthopnea, that is dyspnea with recumbent, suggests heart failure or sleep apnea. The coughing can be a symptom of heart failure, asthma, COPD. The angina or history of coronary artery disease may indicate heart failure. The anorexic drugs can cause pulmonary hypertension or valvular abnormalities. The connective tissue disease is also associated, or connective tissue disease like interstitial lung disease can be associated with dyspnea. On physical examination, one should look for pallor, cyanosis, barrel chest, rales, wheezing, crackles, murmur, abnormal heart sounds or abnormal rhythm, and enlarged heart. Look for tachycardia, jugular venous distension, see for the joint involvement, clubbing, fibrotic skin changes, and edema. Patients with severe airflow obstruction may have pursed lips and slow deep breathing pattern, and those with interstitial fibrosis or kyphoscoliosis typically have rapid shallow breathing. The preoperative history and physical examination lead to accurate diagnosis in 2/3 of the cases. Initial testing may include ECG, hematocrit, the hematocrit to exclude anemia, arterial blood gas analysis, then thyroid function test, chest radiograph, spirometry, and oximetry at rest and while walking several feet. Another test, BNP levels, may be useful. Most of the dyspnea patients with heart failure have BNP values higher than 400 picogram per ml, whereas left ventricular dysfunction without exacerbation, pulmonary embolism, cor pulmonale should be considered in dyspnea patients with plasma BNP concentration between 100 to 400 picogram per ml. Other testing depends on findings on these tests and is directed by history physical examination. CT scan and cardiopulmonary exercise testings are rarely necessary but can be useful in patients of dyspnea. Thank you.